Hey guys, this is Kathleen with Windy Chaos, and I wanted to share with you guys the planner that I'm in right now. I don't know if it's the planner I'm going to stay with for the whole year. I mean, I do have a bad habit of hopping around, but I did stay with Planning to Prosper like pretty much all of last year. Um, there are a couple that I really like that are super intriguing to me. And I haven't fully played with them. I've purchased them, but I haven't really played with them yet. Um, J Designs, GEY Designs, has a really pretty one. Um, Digital Planning Collective, she has several that are really nice. Her Unfazed and Unbothered are really sweet and just give you tons of kind of blank space to do what you want to do, but there's still enough structure there to where things are all nice and linked in. I also really love Ellie Grimshaw's ZoomNotes planners. Really, really smart design for ZoomNotes users. She just uses some of the best features of ZoomNotes in a way that, most other planners aren't because they're not doing ZoomNotes. They've gone for the bigger target of the general good notes, noteful population. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I wanted to share with you guys a quick little tip. So I've been using this planner, since November when I got it. And I just thought I'd do kind of a flip through in a way and then kind of show you how I've worked out a couple little kinks, not kinks per se, but ways to get around how to make certain things still appear for you, but not lose too much real estate. So let me just jump into I don't know that I've got all the weeks done. Oh, I guess I did do some. That one was pretty, huh? Okay, so here's a week. And if I go forward, see, I didn't do that week. Yeah, so in December, I started doing weeks. And I've had a couple people ask me about what I was talking about with doing windows. And I think what I'll do is I'll set one up for you real quick. Now, I have another video on here that really has done that. And this is this week that I'm in right now. And you can see I'm kind of going off the page, but I don't care. Like, if you're in ZoomNotes and you're like this, or not ZoomNotes like this, where you want to be able to flip through, that's all fine and good. But if something's off your page, you just take off those little scrolly bars and then you can zoom out. And that's how I spend most of my time, is in this zoomed out. But see, on this, I've done kind of what my weekly thing is. Things that I need to take care of, like my weekly goals, I've been kind of hiding and then creating like a little weekly grid. And then this is on a window. So there's that window showing up on each of my pages, which is super helpful because you just get that week at a glance. So there we go. As you can see, I haven't planned everything out for the week, but it's all kind of there. And then next week I'm playing with the sugar plum. And I did my week on this part. So to go back to the week, I just click on that. And then that's my weekly spread. So what I wanted to show you, though, was how to extend this like background up and over the date and the week things, but not lose them. So this one might be a good one to do this on. Let's see. Yeah. So I need this layer. And I'm want to lock everything else down because I only really want to play with the background if I can get to it. There we go. So if I do the background and I stretch it up, you can see I lose those links. And I need those links because I do go back and forth. If I'm on here and then I want to see what's going on Tuesday, I don't know which one of these is Tuesday. And I didn't link them here. I could do that, and I've done that in the past, but I decided that was a little bit of overkill that I didn't need to bother with. Okay, I want to drag that down just, teeny bit. This is why it is good to use layers consistently. And I should always put my background on its own layer. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, you've covered it up. How are you going to make it work? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off all the things that are visible. So nothing's visible except for those are my actual things that are coming across from my calendar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the grab tool. That's this one here. If you're in the big one, let's see where it's at. It's right here under image tool, second to the bottom, grab tool. And I'm in all, so I'm going to do the grab tool, and it comes up with this neon pink. And I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it all the way across and use it all as one. But you can just do the, if you don't want that date, that monthly to show up, just crop it out. No big deal. Okay. So I'm going to tap away from it. It's going to ask me what I want. I'm going to say copy. Now I'm in my select tool, right? And I'm going to do paste in place. Paste in place. And it brought up it undid that invisibility because it had to show where it pasted it. So that's okay. I'm going to select it again. Now, I actually don't mind the way that looks with the white. That doesn't bother me. But if I want to get really fancy, which is what I want to show you guys how to do, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go all the way down to image. And I'm going to go to transparency. And I'm going to do fill. And I'm going to keep it fairly small on the tolerance there at the top. And I'm adding transparency. I'm not going to worry about these little bits there. That's okay. They won't show, especially because the background that I have has a lot of white in it. So it's not going to bother it at all. I mean, you could get super, like, really teeny tiny here. I get every little bit of white out. I don't know if you can see I'm working around that number 3. I'm just going really tiny. And the cool thing about this tool is if you mess up, you can go to subtract the transparency. And this is really nice if it automatically took away too much. See how I'm able to bring back a little bit of that black edge that got a little feathered. There you go. I think I'll bring it back just the top of that number 2 circle and the top of the number 1 circle. I do not get this fussed about it though. By and large, whatever it came up with is fine with me. Especially when it's on a background that's got a lot of white to it anyway. So I'm going to hit save. And there you go, guys. It's in exactly the right spot. It has, there we go. See, I went to the 15th. Now I can go back to the week. And that's how and you can do the same thing in if you're using the unphased, it's got kind of this same thing where there's like a date line that you might want to keep the text but not the background per se. So that's my little quickie tip for today. I hope you enjoyed that, and that it made sense and that I didn't go too fast. But this grab tool is super fun. Super fun for doing something easy that you're gonna like, that especially like if you just want, say you've got an image where you just want to capture one little part of it, using the grab tool is super fast and an easy way. Then you can put something on top of something. So like let me show you what I'm talking about. I was just showing, I'm sorry, my dog is whining to come in. You can well, let's just do it on this page. Okay, let's say I wanted to have one of these gingerbread men cookies. Okay, I'm going to do copy on that. I'm going to do paste in place. And then I'm going to go to my image. Sometimes you have to tap away and then tap back on it to get all the stuff you want. Ah, I didn't do too bad there. Okay, now this one will be harder because it's got a lot of shadows and stuff. So let's see what it does. See, I'm going to have to really bump up my, I can go backwards here. I'm going to, not too bad. I bumped up the tolerance. And it seems to understand that I'm real, but see, now I'm losing some of the squigglies, the white squigglies, but that's okay, because now I can do paint, and I'm going to take away transparency. And the reason I always stress that is because I have to do that in my head. Why is this subtract? To me, subtract means I'm erasing something, but I'm erasing the transparency. So there we go. Want that little bit of icing back on. Okay. Now, what I'd like to do is I'm going to add transparency and get rid of some of this shadow. And I can do kind of the close work with this smaller bit, and then bump up my brush size and take in, whoops. Okay, let me just go around this a little, and this little. And fix that where I went crazy. And then let's smooth this out. And it's always nice to go in with the bigger brush because it kind of gets rid of a lot of little specks that if you do the small brush, you can spend a lot of time trying to just get rid of specks. The other thing that's nice to do after you've done this is to go in and crop it. There we go. So we're going to do save, and then let's go ahead and do crop, which is under edit. So you can see why I couldn't crop it before, because the other ones were too close, but with that grab tool, it's okay. See, there he is. So if I just, now I have just one more Gingy on top, and I can just now copy him if I want. I can put him in my stickers in my symbols. There he is. So anyway, that's just something special that you can do with that grab tool. The star would be really cute to grab. If you think this star looks a little odd because it's got some pink to it, you can go in and touch it up. Sorry, my dog is trying to make a puppy nest on top of my bed, which means destroy my nicely made bed. Excuse me. Alrighty, guys. That's my quickie tutorial today. We have talked about the grab tool quite a bit, and I think that was the main thing, right? Oh, and a little bit about windows. I didn't really show you how to do that. So let me see. Okay. This is a weekly page. If I were to do a table and I did this, I'm going to do 7 columns and 1 row, and I'm going to tell it that it's a calendar, and we're starting on the 20th. It's a calendar, and I'm telling it it's a calendar page, and it's a weekly page, and it starts on the 20th. Yeah. That can't be right. 22nd. There we go. Starts on Monday the 22nd. And there's all the crazy things. I don't know why it's repeating all these Christmas days and everything. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll just make it as big as this is, even though it's totally crazy. Okay. Now, that's not how I would leave it, and I would definitely add, the date names and all that sort of thing. But I'm just showing you how a window works. So, I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a shape over this. It doesn't matter what color it is. Doesn't matter that it's got the shadow on it and all that. Although I am going to take the shadow off because I do think it helps me some. Okay. And then I'm going to do my select tool. And I'm going to do copy. Now I'm going to go to this first date. And I'm going to do... You can see where I've done a little pre-decorating. I'm going to do paste in place. And then I would do this for every day coming after. Paste in place. Oops, I did that twice on the same page. You can see I did Christmas Day, had fun putting together the nativity scene. And yes, I scribble things on the outside to remember what's going on. And then paste in place. Okay, so now I've done that. I need to go back to my week because I need to know what that page number is. And I could tell you right now, my eyeballs don't want to work today. But it is page 66. If I click on this, I get a bigger view. Page 66. Back. There we go. Okay, so I don't need the one that's on 66 anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. But I'm going to go to that Monday. I'm going to go to that shape. I'm going to... I'm under the select tool, but I could have been under the shape tool. I'm going to go to link, And I'm going to go, it says not linked, number 66, return. There we go. It's got the green band on it. I'm going to say okay. And then I'm going to say right here, as window. And ta-da! There it is, as a window. Now, if I do this, it's going to take me back to the week. And if I'm on, let's say I'm on that Monday. Come on. I'm on that Monday and I remember something that's going to happen on Thursday and I want to circle it. Okay. That doesn't just show up for that day. When I go back to that week, it's written through it. It's really like it cut it out and it gave you a window back to this. If I write on this one, and let's do it in a different color so you can say okay. Now I go back to that Monday because I haven't punched it out in all the other ones. But there it is. Whatever's in that window is going to show up on all the pages where that window is. So it's pretty cool. I like to kind of put it on the side or at the bottom or along the top. Some place where I can still have a bunch of decorating area, which is why you can see like this. I did it. All of them are right there on the side and I wanted them all to be that presence shape. So I think that works. I think that works really well. I think that works really well. And I can change the background of this to make sure it works really well. I went with that kind of gray so it's still a standout. But there we go. And that's when we're back on that Monday. That was my example one. Okay, guys, this is probably longer than it needs to be. But now you've gotten 2 really good tips, right? So we did the grab tool and we've done the weekly windows. So have a good one and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.